Some days it's hard to believe I've been living in Korea for almost 4 years. I get up, go through my morning routine, and wonder to myself, how have I lasted this long? The strangeness, the otherness, I'm pretty numb to it now. But that feeling of distance, of being far from familiarity and comfort, it never really ends. Every time I question why I'm here, I'm reminded of why I came. I was running. I was young, directionless, and let's just say I had some issues. I needed a fresh start, and this little country halfway around the world seemed like the best place to kill a year or two while I sorted things out. But you can't really run from your problems, of course. Your problems are yours, so they follow you. The loneliness, depression, and isolation I felt before Korea, it only intensified once I was here. As the initial excitement of my new surroundings wore off, I was faced with the cold reality that I was the same person with the same issues. I wanted to run away again, but I didn't.
It's funny to think I was actually born and raised in Korea. Though I lived in the US for a little while, Korea has always felt like home to me. The only problem is that some Koreans don't seem to agree. Since I'm not fully Korean, either in blood or in mind, I don't fit completely into this culture. At work, even my bosses with international experiences expect me to act like a native Korean, but it bothers me that I feel like I have to hold back my Western side. I feel like I'm being constantly reminded of how different I am, how I talk differently, think differently, act differently. I feel like it wasn't such a big deal in the States.
I came to Korea for the experience. I wanted a new environment, to meet new people. When I realized there was no jobs back home for me, working in Korea seemed like a great option. I thought my time here would be a fun adventure, but I didn't realize how much living in a foreign country would expose my insecurities. As time passed, I felt increasingly forgotten and abandoned by my friends back home, so I sought community and belonging in all the wrong places, in the clubs and the bars of Itaewon. I could have easily partied away a couple years of my life and then left. A new experience under my belt. But instead, I found a real community, one different than any I'd experienced before. And I found that I was not only experiencing something new, but becoming something new myself. I stayed in Korea because of New Philadelphia Church. This crazy church transformed me. When I went home for vacation, I realized just how much more strength, confidence, and joy I had. I don't need the club scene anymore and its stagnant lifestyle of going out every weekend doing the same old thing. I found a place dedicated to nurturing, supporting, and loving me. I stayed for transformation.
I stayed in Korea because of New Philadelphia Church. All my life, people have tried to label me according to my looks, my mixed ethnicity, or the way I interact with people. But at New Philadelphia Church, people see me differently. I can be myself, totally free. They love me for who I am, even if I don't fit neatly into one category. I stayed for acceptance.
Running halfway across the world did nothing to sort out my problems. If anything, it just made my issues more apparent. I thought I knew all about church. I had grown up in one after all. But at New Philadelphia Church, I experienced something new. It was fresh, alive, spirited, even fun. But the best part was that these people were crazy for the truth. They didn't use the Bible as an anvil over my head. They used the truth to set me free. I stayed for truth.